What's up, guys? This is Brian, back with BrianonLanguage. I'm on a roll here, just made this channel, wanted to make videos, so I'm making videos. And this is my second language review video that I made. I just made the one on Albanian, which you can check out here. I'll put like a link or something, I don't know. And anyway, so we're going in alphabetical order. I did, for course books, Albanian is my only A language. I haven't gotten into like Arabic or stuff like that, but who knows, maybe one day. So B would be next, and B-A, Balinese. So Balinese is my next. For any of you who don't know what Balinese is, as not too common, it's spoken on Bali in Indonesia, kind of self-explanatory, which is, a famous tourist destination, mix of the Hindu culture with Indonesian and stuff like that. And so it's related kind of to Javanese, Sundanese, all of those. I'm not sure technically, but, Indonesian, Austronesian kind of languages. So anyway, I don't know what, really sparked me to learn Balinese, but I think it might have been Moses McCormick, Laoshu 5050000 on YouTube. I'll put a link to his channel somewhere. He's a really cool guy. He's actually kind of one of the people who inspired me to make this channel. He studies, scores of languages, and Balinese was on his list, so I was looking it up, and I thought it was cool because I wanted to get into the whole Indonesian, Austronesian language family, that kind of thing. One of my favorite language families. But anyway, don't want to make this too long because this is about the book. Sorry, getting a little bit distracted. So I was like, okay, I want to learn Balinese. What is there out there? There's not too much, kind of like Albanian, and as you'll find out on this channel, I like lesser commonly studied languages, so, you got to really dig around for resources on the internet and stuff. So this is basically, from what I found, all you're going to be able to... Sorry, my computer talks the time. All you're going to be able to find in terms of, like a course book type thing for Balinese. There might be some out there that are unpublished or not really available, but if you're just, somebody at home living in America or Canada or something, and you have, a credit card and you want to buy something online, Amazon, something like that, this is what you're going to find coursebook-wise, basically. So, it's called Everyday Balinese, your guide to speaking Balinese quickly and effortlessly in a few hours. I don't think anything can do that, but, just trying to get people's attention. It's by Gusti Sutjaja. I think the J is yeah sound. Anyway, good. Okay, so overall, I think it's a really good book. Stars-wise, I'm going to give it 4.5 out of 5, considering all the, lack of resources, that kind of thing. Price range, I'm going to give you also first, so see if you want to, buy it in the future if you're interested in Balinese. On Amazon, let me see, it's $10 for new, $10, $11, plus the shipping. Bookfinder, it's saying the same thing. So, fairly good deal, I have to say, for what you get. Worth it to get if you're, even if you're not interested in necessarily Balinese, but Indonesian languages and that type of thing. It has 23 lessons, and, it says centered around Balinese daily life. There's not much of a preview online, so I'll try to show as much as I can, but as I saw in my other video, it doesn't come out too clear because my video quality isn't the best. But, anyway, let's see. Here's our table of contents. Standard, who are you, what is this, where are you going, learning that kind of thing, which I used to frown upon because I thought it was too phrasebooky, but this book in particular doesn't make it phrasebooky. It kind of builds upon that, and I'll show you what, what the lessons look like. So 23 lessons, appendices, names of days, numbers, greetings, that kind of thing, kind of like a phrasebook at the end, and then a dictionary. With this book, one of the positives is I like the dialogues. They're easy to follow along with. And with Balinese, I don't know if you guys are familiar, similar to other Indonesian languages, there's two or three and, more forms of the language in terms of formality and respect. And there's High Balinese and Common Balinese, which is, the two that are, mainly distinguished in daily contexts. And what's, hard about a course book is you're going to have to cater to both of those types of, both of those, it's almost two languages in one. So this book does a really good job of, showing you the dialogue in the common speech and showing you the vocabulary, and then doing that same dialogue in the refined speech so you can compare and contrast. And in terms of vocabulary that they give you, they what I like is how they have it in a column form, so you compare the common and refined. Often it's the same. And I like how after each dialogue, although it's the same vocabulary really, or the same meanings at least, they repeat it so that you don't have to do lots of flipping in pages. So that's a good thing. Another thing is about this book, it includes in the dialogues, let's see, the Indonesian. So we have the Balinese on this here, and then we have the English translation, but above it is the Indonesian in italicized. So there's good and bad about this. Good would be, considering where Balinese is spoken, Indonesian is, kind of like the business, and kind of a lot of people speak it. It's like the English in a lot of countries. Anyway, so you got the Indonesian there, and it would be good if you're interested in learning, just getting familiar with Indonesian if you're going to Bali or something like that, or just for interest and for comparative purposes. I like comparing languages, and but bad would be if you're the type of person who would be confused by that type of thing, which is understandable. And I'm realizing that this video is getting up to 6 minutes. Don't want to go on forever, but I'm gonna just show you as much as I can of this. It's not too thick of a book, but it's got some good stuff in it. I think the best feature about this book that I would really like to see in more books is, especially for kind of more like analytic and not really inflecting language like this. Not analytic in the sense of Chinese, but the grammar is, there's not much inflections and stuff. What I like is here they have sentence construction patterns, and as opposed to giving necessarily grammar explanations, what they do is just break down some of the sentences, whether they be directly from the dialogue or similar to the dialogue. And what they do is, I love this kind of thing. They give you the sentence, and they tell you the part of speech above it, and then they do the literal translation under each word, which is really nice, and then they give you the loose, full English translation. So that helps you break down how the language works in word by word, which I think is, absolutely necessary if you want to learn a language. If you're just going to look at the language and then the English, and you're just going to try to figure out, which word means which, or, if meanings don't translate, word by word and stuff. So this sentence construction pattern is really great. It has questions, statements, all the different types of things. And it has that for both the refined and the common speech dialogues. The lessons, a little bit dry, but it's interesting. It's okay. You can follow along. I think the book is really well organized. The graphic design is very neat. No typos. It doesn't look like somebody just put it together on Microsoft Word and got it published or something, which is fine also. But it's always nice to have the nice font and whatever, and the pictures and stuff. There's no graphics in the book, which, it's fun sometimes, but sometimes you're just like, what, I just need to see the content here. I don't need pictures confusing me and stuff. So, gonna try to leaf through as much, but I'm not trying to make it too long. So basically, it's dialogues, vocabulary, and sentence questions. Unfortunately, major con of this book, but no exercises, which I really think you kind of need, but as I said, this is all you're really going to find in terms of course books for Balinese, and I think it's a great investment. A, it's cheap. B, has a really great, for the common refined kind of thing for comparative purposes, if you want to look at Indonesian, if you want to look at the sentence patterns, and if you want to learn a lot of nice vocabulary, and just have, a nice book to add to your collection. I think it's cool, even if you're not even really going to study Balinese. Me, I wanted to, but you know how things get. You want to learn all these languages, and then you really kind of have to focus. So, hopefully in the future I'll be studying Balinese. I'll definitely be using this. And in my other videos, as this goes on, after I do the course book series, I have a phrase book and a dictionary that's, the Balinese resources that are pretty much out there that I might walk you through. So here we go with Everyday Balinese, your guide to speaking Balinese quickly and effortlessly in a few hours. Gusti, Made, Sutjaja. I will include links to the Amazon page and the book finder. I encourage you to watch my other video because it was my first review and it kind of explained how the things are going to work like this. Don't want to get this over 10 minutes, so I'm going to say bye to you. Really worth your while, worth your $10, $13. And so this is Everyday Balinese. Bye.